people drink fucking alcohol, look at the fucking prices. Right? Like fucking horrendous, man. Cans of Red Bull, £3.99.
So there is check-in online for £12, or check-in at the airport, just says nope, it doesn't tell you about a fee. That when you do get to the airport, they will charge you £41.
But there was no barriers, so I drove out. Now I get a letter saying I missed the payment. I didn't pay. What do you mean I didn't pay? There was no clear signs of where to pay. The barriers have been removed, so you just drive out. What do you want me to do?
If you live in the USA and you like to travel, listen up. Don't ever go through this airport.
Most UK airports seem to have mastered the art of overcharging. Travellers are hit with sky-high food prices, drop-off fees and sneaky charges that make every trip feel like a setup. Let's see what people have experienced. This got literally ripped off.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now,
Airport drop-off fees have got to be one of the biggest cons in the UK. More than half of UK's airports have increased their drop-off fees, and they're averaging £5 for approximately 5 minutes. Now this is for you dropping a family member off at the airport and leaving. £5 on average. Now this is at airports like Newcastle, Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester, Leeds, Bradford, the large airports. The cheapest is Birmingham, I think, at about £4. But still, this has to be a huge con. Now you can't even drop just outside the airport because they've all got these double yellow lines where you get a fine through the door if you don't pay the £5. This is once again rip off Britain. Parking fees at the car park in an airport is astronomical as it is, but this, just for dropping somebody off at the airport or collecting somebody from the airport, £5 for 10 minutes. Rip off Britain. It's just a license to print money. And I'd love to know how much they are raking in airport with these fees.
This airport is full of surprise charges designed to make you miss payment.
Making this video for Stansted Airport. Hopefully it goes viral or somebody from Stansted Airport can see this. So I recently drove in, dropped off, and I noticed there's no barriers. Normally there's a barrier. The barriers have all been lifted. And I thought maybe they removed the payment for a quick drop-off. Doesn't make sense to even just... You're going in there for 5 minutes. You have to pay so much money to... Anyway, whatever. But there was no barriers. So I drove out. Now I get a letter saying I missed the payment. I didn't pay. What do you mean I didn't pay? There was no clear signs of where to pay. The barriers have been removed. So you just drive out. What do you want me to do? There was plenty of staff there. Not one of them approached or, said anything about payment. Make sure you pay. The things have changed. No signs, nothing. I didn't notice any signs. And now I got a fine to pay £100. And the image is from the public road. It's double yellow line. It's not even on private land you took the image from.
Birmingham Airport scam. Have you ever noticed the free water fountain at Birmingham Airport is always out of use?
Jesus Christ, you know when you're in a fucking airport Burger King, £45 fucking pound, mate, for 2 meals. Having a fucking laugh.
2811 2810
Drop-off fee now costs £7 from £6. Is that fair or just another rip-off?
Just a quick news update, guys. So as you're aware, if you're dropping off at Gatwick Airport, there is the normal drop-off fee of £6. Now from today, the 2nd of May, that has now gone up to £7. So when you drop off at Gatwick Airport, the fee has now risen by £1. I mean, in my opinion, these airports are really taking the piss by charging us to drop off. We should be exempt as private hire drivers, because what this does is it lowers our fare, because Uber charges the drop-off fee to the customer, and because they want to make that price attractive for the customer to still book, they'll lower the fare that we get for the trip because they're including the drop-off fee. This needs to stop. Too much greed. Let me know what you think. But yeah, it's now £7 from the 2nd of May, so do watch out.
Big Luton Airport update. Listen good. Luton Airport has opened its express drop-off, but it costs £5. Make sure that your trip includes that £5, or drop them off in the free bit down the road while it's open. But that won't be open for much longer, because we all know that Luton Airport wants to make the money back that it's had to pay out for its, new car park and new design. Do not get caught out. Bolt will try to screw you on it, but Uber have been fair. They have given the £5 drop-off fee back to us. The Bolt haven't. Be careful, watch out.
Would you like the £12 online fee or a surprise amount at airport check-in?
So just to make anybody aware that he's flying with Wizz Air, should you choose to pick the check-in at airport function and not to the online function due to it giving you a charge for the website, so there is check-in online for £12, or check-in at the airport just says nope, it doesn't tell you about a fee, that when you do get to the airport they will charge you £41 for the privilege of getting your ticket. So £43, absolute con, the most unhelpful person at the desk. All the staff are fully aware of this con and are smiling and laughing at you. They charge you an additional £41 per person just to get your boarding card.
Another case of sneaky charges. No barrier, just a surprise fine later.
I swear to God, they see me coming every single time. I'm not happy. I've been caught with this a few times. Not this particular one, but this system. And it's when you're driving along, rather than pay a toll at a physical toll booth. I know it's convenient, you're not going to stop and get your card out, tap, pay and all that. Like, the bridges make sense. But this one was at Manchester Airport, and they've obviously brought it in recently. Take a breath. They brought it in recently because the last time I dropped someone off at Manchester Airport, they still had the barriers where you can go and tap and pay. Well, now they've taken them away, and it sort of threw me off a little bit, because I went to go through the barriers and I was like, where's the barriers? Where do I pay? I didn't want to get a fine. Well, as I went through the barriers, there was some signs saying that you go and pay online, and then they give you the website on the sign, and then you drive off. Or you can try and stop. But I think if you stop and pull over anywhere in Manchester Airport, you get a fine anyway. I might be wrong on that, but that's what I was thinking at the time. So then obviously I go and drive home. It was very early in the morning when I dropped these people off, and by the time I get home I obviously forgot, as I do and as I have done on the past before as well. This is why they see me coming every single time, because I always forget. Anyway, just had a letter through the door saying that I've got a £60 fine or £100 if you pay it after 14 days. So I was thinking about appealing it, but I've paid it anyway. And the cheeky bastards, do you know what they say at the end of it? Do you want to save your card details for next time?
Airports seem to turn parking into another way to squeeze travellers more.
So just come back on to redo the original video from earlier on, because I didn't realise there was actual music playing across my little rant about Edinburgh Airport. Just today, I don't know why it's come over me, I drop off Edinburgh Airport quite a lot. I'm a taxi driver, pick up there as well. But for some reason today, I went in, I had to pick up for a customer we do like a sort of meet and greet for. And I was in for 20 minutes. And today's price was £10. £10 for 20 minutes. That is the equivalent of 50 pence per minute you are in their car park. Mix that with the fact that you're £6 to drop off alone for less than 5 minutes. It just is an absolute cash cow to the folk that own Edinburgh Airport. It is ridiculous. The charges are astronomical. They charge you to use their airport to fly out. They put taxes on everything as well. Obviously the government, not the airport themselves. But you know, you just pay. You pay to get dropped off there. You pay to get picked up there. It's just ridiculous, and nobody seems to have any sort of governance on it at all. Like, who decides the prices? Who gives them what they can charge? Nobody. They can just make it up as they go along. Hence the reason why the price increases have been coming and coming and coming. I remember when it was free to drop off, and then it went to £1, and there was outrage when it went from £1 upwards, and then it went up to £5, and there was more outrage, and now it's £6, and it just seems to be like nobody says anything to it. I know Glasgow Airport's pretty bad as well, and obviously Aberdeen is catching up too. So, you know, somebody give us some information on who decides these things, or is there any way to combat it, because this is ridiculous.
Drink prices here are wild. They charge more just because they can.
No wonder people drink fucking alcohol. Look at the fucking prices. Right? Like fucking horrendous, man. Cans of Red Bull, £3.99. Fuck me. Bottle of Coke, £3.29. Not even zero Coke, £3.19. £3.99 for these. £3.99 each. £4.99 for them. Fucking hideous. Fucking outrageous.
Wait, I'm in Sipping Stone Bar in the International Airport. I'm going to show you. We all just got ripped off. That for 40 quid, like what the fuck's going on?
This traveller shares her Heathrow experience. Best to avoid Heathrow if you can.
If you live in the USA and you like to travel, listen up. Don't ever go through this airport. They make you throw out literally everything, unless you're fixing a tiny bag. And they consider everything liquid. Like, so F them. Never again. They are the worst.
People are baffled. Paying this high price just to drop someone off feels ridiculous.
What actually is it with Belfast International's parking prices? So I've been to the airport twice today, right? I was doing a drop off earlier and now I'm doing a pick up, right? So obviously once you go through the barrier, it's £3 for if you're staying there, is it like up to 10 minutes or something like that? But I was literally just doing a drop off. I was there for less than a minute earlier today, and then now that I'm going up here, I'm literally going over for less than a minute as well, just to pick up quickly. So obviously it was £3 each way, so that's £6 in total I paid to the airport today. Like, when I'm actually saying this out loud, I'm like, what the actual hell goes on? £6 in total today to be at the airport for less than 2 minutes. That is crazy. Like, that is absolutely crazy to me. Like, what is that about? I know that's been a thing for ages and people have been complaining about it, but like, it was just more when I was sitting here and I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my god, like, I actually have paid £6. £6! Like, I could have got me a whole McDonald's to the airport for being there for less than 2 minutes. Never mind, obviously, if you actually park in the airport and stay there for a good amount of time, or you go and you actually park. Like, I know people who've like stayed there, and obviously sometimes flights can be a wee bit like mismatched by the time you get off the plane. Sometimes you're held longer or whatever. So obviously, like, people are paying like up to like 20 quid and all just to be waiting. It's always quite funny because you always see everyone waiting. I'm on the talk, I'm sat here right now, like, you always see people waiting over in the M&S across the road until they're ready. I just think it's crazy though. Like, I think it's absolutely mental. Like, why is this not talked about more? Like, what the hell? £6 today for less than 2 minutes. Like, what? And I just know so many people do that on the daily. Like, so many other people are in that boat. But I just had to come on here and just rant about it. Like, I just was like, what am I actually, like, I need to like say that out loud and actually think like you're not like that's real life.
So Heathrow Airport, you need to sort your parking charges out. I've just dropped my dad off at the airport and I literally was in there for, you can see that, it says 8:44 in, out at 9:42. Less than an hour and it was £14.50. £14.50. Government, no wonder you can build a nice big fucking shiny airport that is like state of the art because we pay for it in parking. That is hideous charging for parking for an hour. I mean, I've no idea how you justify it there. It's hard to find a space. It's not that easy, but you know what? Fair play to you. I mean, the airport looked nice. Assistance was a bit of a nightmare. There's no big... It's funny, the ironic thing is, if you've booked assistance, it's really hard to find the assistance.
Never head to the airport hungry. Snack prices there will shock you.
I thought I was totally organised and had everything done. Had the snack box all packed, sandwiches made, everything, all the wee drinks from the plane, because obviously it keeps them well entertained by eating. And I left it in the fridge and I realised when I got through security. So I've came to get them sweeties. This is a fucking joke. 2 for £6. Ugh, make you sick. It gets worse. £2 for £9. Sick. I know what's annoying me more. It's not even the fact that I'm going to spend the money to get them snacks. It's the fact that I've got it all sitting in the fridge and I spent all the money yesterday. Well, spent a good bit of money yesterday getting it all organised and getting it all sorted, cutting the wee sandwiches into teddy bears.
2 for £7. Packet of Murray mints, 2 for £6. Hang on, a couple of bags of Maltesers, 2 for £6. What a bargain. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, that's the one. £5.99. 2 for 7 of the Galaxy. 2 for 7 or £5.9. Wow. Let's have a look. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Hang on. 2 for £5. Be Kind range. 2 for £4. This is the best one. This is the best one. Pick me up for your troubles, yeah? £4. Let's have a look. We'll go round. We'll go round here. Oh, look at that. You get 3 for 2 on here. £10.99 for 3 pieces. Unbelievable. You know. Oh, I got some giant Haribos. £10.49. Maybe you fancy a Toblerone. £10. Ripoff.
So, how do you deal with these airport rip-offs when travelling? Most of us have faced at least one of these, and it's becoming hard to ignore. If this hit close to home, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your own experience in the comments.